what is the actual purpose of your channel? That's what you asked. And that is a good question. And that's something that I believe that I should answer. Well, right now, plain and simple, it's to just really, it's all about progression. It's about progression and seeing how far you can take yourself and what it is you really want to, where it is you really want to be. And experimenting with yourself, but in a good way, seeing what it is that you can do, seeing what are other skills that you could pick up. You know, it's it's extremely tough, especially considering the substance of material that I put up that goes pretty deep with the substance, you know. So there's a lot of, I don't know, things that I can skip, you know, that are reasons to why you don't see me, you know, which I don't believe I should have to justify anything anyway, you know. Speak on like things that are going on in our world, or you know what's on the news, and this person did this, and you know, we talk about how things have already changed. You know, you as an individual can build your own news channel nowadays if you want to, really. But then again, we have to question where our who is in the position to get this new material that you aren't getting from, you know, the media and all these other things that we have that we're being shown. So that's kind of what I mean by just you know, kind of just being in a position where I don't really care to do that, because everyone's kind of already doing that in their own way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about progression. Now, the real reason, if you want to know why we're still trying to keep this afloat, and why I would suggest anyone, if you're still, you know, having days where you're not feeling, you know, you're feeling down, you're not really feeling like, you know, doing this anymore. Still keep it up, and still try to check in. Still try to check in and show where you're at and show improvement. Or you know, it's a good idea for everybody to at least have, you know, at least have a YouTube channel. You know, but originally it was about my jaw. It was about getting my jaw surgery done. I had many videos up before my oldest one that you'll see, and their journey was something else. Um, there's a It was supposed to be something very simplistic. Well, it's not simple. Those who've been through something like double jaw, open bite surgery is very, very complex. You should have help with you. I didn't have any help. I didn't have anyone there to support me. You know, usually this is something where you need to have support. You know, physically and mentally. You know, I didn't have that, which is fine. I had this channel where I was trying to broadcast it, and you know, back then, this is 2017 when I knew I had to do this, because I had this channel all the way back in 2019, you know, but 2017 is when I knew that this surgery is something I had to get done. And you know, when you get older, yo, I don't really have time to say, oh, this person didn't want to do this, and you're an adult, you know. You get older, and there's things you look back like, okay, I should have I shouldn't have been caring, so I should have been caring about actually getting it done instead of procrastinating and just showing a part of myself where it was the worry part, the psychological part, instead of the actual doing it part. You know, so I made a lot of things harder on myself, you know. And not only that, just trying to incorporate every other part of life with it too. You know, you're trying to incorporate happiness with uncertainty, and you know, it turns into confusion. And this is when the pandemic started, yo, in 2020. So this made things a million times harder. Not only in, and I've already spoken on, my take on that. You know what I'm saying? And just doing that itself, with the political substance behind it, with all the regulations that were being thrown, it did a lot. It did a lot of setbacks. It did a lot of paranoia. And it played a huge, huge role in this channel. And I eventually had to delete these videos in which I had my take on this invisible nonsense monster, whatever, that they were saying, in order to just get my surgery done. I messed up. There's a lot of things I could have did differently. I could have privated the videos, but I deleted them because I was scared, because the main motive was get it done. So technically, the main subject, the main reason to even having this channel has been completely done. I can just say it's been done, but that's not the point. I end up seeing how much more of a bigger purpose that came with just putting up with something, just wanting to just eat correctly, I guess. And it was going to be very depressing if I didn't get that done, if I didn't get the surgery done, especially knowing it was something you had to get done. I remember the day I actually had to go in to do the surgery, bro. Dallas, Texas, January 31st, 2023, and it wants to just straight up snow, bro. The universe was doing everything it could to make me not get the surgery, And that's why I have this channel, because there's this multiple, I can count at least 20 times where I shouldn't be here. Just I already spoken on a different video a couple months back where I'm riding my bike, and especially here in Tampa, Florida, the deaths lately from bikes and people running people over on bikes has been extremely high. And I was supposed to be one of them, and this, I'm just riding and I'm looking at this person like, you ain't gonna stop, are you? You just ain't gonna stop. And I'm the one, you were supposed to stop. I get off my bike just in time. This person's gonna run it over, not realize they ran it over, back out. Bro, shouldn't be here, The amount of times at work, working like 75 hours a week, when they transferred me stores because of politics. I've made some, but you just mature over a lot of this, It's so much I could speak on. There's so many reasons I have this channel, You're speaking about something serious in 2019 and 2020. And you're having your account frozen, messed with. They only want to speak about the bad things about you. And then try to save face years later when things shift and change up, So that's what I meant about the substance. There's some things where, hey, as long as you understand the substance, you really ain't got to go into detail. I could go into detail about a lot of things. It's not just that. Falling into spirituality, falling into astrology, and becoming aware and being able to comprehend it and break these things down. It changed things. It changed relationships. Could there have been a much more mature and more compatible and business-like way I could have went about things? And, not taking credit and taking on things that were too big for me at that time? Yes. There's a lot of things I had to learn about. There's a lot of things I had to learn. There's a lot of mistakes made. And this channel is all about failure. Because what you see from, the past, is times when you fell, times when you failed. Times when you had to get up. Times when you were depressed. Times when I'm still depressed. Still got to get out of things. Your job still ain't finished. Not even close to done, Not even close to done, That's what it's about. That's what it's about, It's about people not wanting. It's about people wanting you to give up secretly, yo. Even if they don't say that, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's about that. It's about repetition. It's about how much better can you do it. So yeah, there's a lot of things that still need to be found out. We every day we think we know so much, yo, but there's still so much to know. There's still so much more for me to find out and things that I need to know. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about progression. That's what this channel is about, yo. And I know there's a lot of other random things I do, but that, that's a good question though. You know? There's so much noise going on right now. There's a lot of aggravating things going on every day in my life, yo. And I'm just so shocked I'm still here, yo, because I just get so fed up. I get so fed up and sick of this world, yo. I got so many videos I've made, but I just haven't uploaded them, yo, because I'm like, what's the purpose? So the purpose is to just keep it going, man, and every day just see where you're gonna be, and every day is just another opportunity to do something, you know. But it's all about the substance. That's what I'd say. It's all about recognizing what you could have did better, and acceptance. And acceptance is one of the hardest things to get over something that could have been something and having to accept it. There wasn't any noise, man, before I found this spot. I'm gonna probably just start doing live videos, so that way there's no more pauses when I make these vids. You know, there's more I want to say, but just getting comfortable within things, But yeah, to summarize that up, that's what it's all about, everybody has a part to add in this world. Don't get discouraged. Don't let things discourage you. You may see funny things here and there. I do every day. I think it's unfair. There is a lot of things unfair. It is, but you just gotta keep doing what you're doing, Don't think much about it. Do more instead of think more. Don't get caught up thinking about things that, you can't change. And it's all about going against the odds too. It's all about going against the odds. And that's the number one thing I can say about why I still have this. Because there's a lot of odds that I went against and won, There's a lot of things that people try to do to you and didn't work. And people want to see you give up. It doesn't matter about what people say and stuff like that. It's about what they really be. It's really about intentions, You know what I'm saying? So every now and then, still check in. Don't make promises you can't keep. Try your best. And there's much more I wanted to add, but I think I'm gonna leave it at that for now.